we lost Bryan. Bryan. There you go.
Sorry, I just had to turn something off.
Well, I do want to thank you guys for just being a part of this today, and it is that Thanksgiving season. So before we start the show, I just wanted everyone to kind of take a moment to kind of share what they're thankful for, since we can't be together this season. So I'll go ahead and start. I'm thankful for mouse and rat poison being on sale this last week, because with the cold weather last week, our house just became infested, and I've got traps on every room of the house, every level of the house. Up in the attic, it's the scritches have stopped. So this year, I'm really thankful for that rat and mouse traps and poison. Brandon, what are you thankful for this year?
It's so funny that you mentioned rat and poison. So I've been really thankful for that Spotify has been like really sending me a lot of good poison lyrics. And it's just, I couldn't do this holiday season without that sort of that vibe in my life.
It's beautiful.
I don't know, Lori, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for a 4th season on Netflix of The Crown. How about you, Andy? What are you thankful for?
Well, I really have to say, you saying that makes me really thankful that this next week I'm going to be having a crown put in. That dentist is just going to be getting right there in my mouth and putting in the crown. And you know what? He warned me against it, but I insisted, don't put me out, don't use any drugs. I want to feel this crown really, really go in, and I'm so excited for it. And I'm thankful that I got a great dentist. How about you, Linda? What are you thankful for?
Well, tonight my husband brought home some white almond bark from Candyland. Yum. How about you, Bryan?
Speaking of candy, I don't want to get too emotional here at the start of the show, but I just don't know how I would have gotten through 2020 without little Debbie. I mean, she just, every season there are new things coming out, but then you have your classics like a Swiss cake roll and a Star Crunch, and she's always there,
That's great.
Thank you for that moment.
Absolutely. And I'm getting the nod from our director, Rebecca, that we are actually live. Everyone, welcome to Jester Comedy Improv's pre-Thanksgiving digital show. My name is Wooly. I'm joined tonight by Andy, Lori, Brandon, Linda, and Bryan. Rebecca and Steve are on the tech side, and you guys are live in the comments right now, hopefully writing some suggestions down for us to use in the show. If you've been paying attention to any of Jester's kind of marketing and advertising for this show, today's a very important day in Minnesota. Today is Give to the Max Day, which is when all of the most popular, I'll just call them, our favorite nonprofits are putting it out there that they could use your money. So Rebecca's going to be throwing some things in the chat. If you feel up to it, go ahead and drop some money to them. If you can't choose which charity you want to give money to tonight, drop us some bucks at coffee.com/Jesters Comedy Improv. Rebecca will put that link in there as well. And trust us to do what's best with your money. Look at these faces. How could you not trust us to do what's best with your money this time of year of giving? I do see some things popping up in the chat. We're going to get to those comments throughout the night. I want to make sure I grab this, and I do want to say a quick shout out to anyone who happens to be watching tonight at Torg Brewery. Folks, we are live on the big screen inside of Torg Brewery. They're one of our biggest sponsors. We'll be back there as soon as it's safe to do so. I've got my libidinous Hefeweizen, drinking it out of my Santa cup, so I am ready for the holidays. Like I said, we just went around and kind of said what we're all thankful for. We've got some people in the chat who are saying what they're thankful for. If you haven't yet, go ahead and write it in there. What are you thankful for? We want to know. So, Andy, you can drop out right now because Lori, Brandon, Linda, and Bryan are going to sing a quick song about Rebecca, because Rebecca is most thankful this year that she gets to eat all the pies she bakes by herself. So, Brandon, we're going to start with you singing about Rebecca eating all of her favorite pies.
Right. Rebecca eats all the pies. Fa la 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 la.
Give her enough money, she'll tell you no lies. Fa la 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 la.
I hope she doesn't gain too much weight. Fa la 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 la.
When the pond freezes, then she can skate. Fa la 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 la.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. I've got my little guy, Edison, here. Edison heard us singing and ran down to see what was going on. Edison, can you tell the Jesters what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving season?
I am thankful for the snow.
The snow that all just melted. It's going to be coming back soon, though. So, Bryan, Edison is thankful for snow.
I really hope you get a blizzard. Fa la 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 la.
And take out for a walk your lizard. Fa la 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 la.
About time outside, I hope you don't have to grovel. Fa la 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 la.
Oh, the snow is piling up. I'll have to shovel. La 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 la.
Edison. Let's not sing about my son's lizard anymore. All right. Mary Kay is in the chat. Mary Kay is so thankful that this year she has an excuse to stay home. Linda, let's hear about Mary Kay staying home this year.
Mary Kay, I hope you're having a lot of fun. Fa la 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 la.
We heard about the bank robbery. We know you're on the run. Fa la 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 la.
Mary Kay is dashing through the streets. Fa la 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 la.
This wanted girl can't take the heat. Fa la 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 la. Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay, everyone, and we've got one final one in here. We've got Regina, and Regina is thankful for the nice weather that she gets to go on runs, Lori. So let's sing one out for Regina, who gets to go on runs in this nice weather.
Regina likes to saunter past a bog. Fa la 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 la.
She gets to see all of the thuds. Ba 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 la 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 la.
If you fall down, she'll laugh at you. Fa la 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 la.
And then you won't know what to do. Fa la 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 la, Regina.
Regina. Thank you, guys. Andy, come on back. It's time to do something we do so very, very well at Jesters, and that's sell some crap. It's time for us to come up with some taglines for various items you may have around the house, you may have in your bedroom, your bathroom, stuff that you don't often see advertised on TV. Like, Bryan, what is Dairy Queen's catchphrase, tagline?
Bryan, please don't eat all of our products and sell us out.
Dairy Queen. It's something like, I've seen that on a couple of those magnetic boards.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. We're going to come up with some various taglines for objects that you think need help being sold. So let's start out with everyone's favorite childhood toy, sock monkeys.
When shoe gorillas just don't work anymore. Sock monkeys.
I don't know who went there.
If you have too many socks, sock monkeys.
The best place to hide your banana, sock monkeys.
When you need a sequel to Planet of the Apes.
What PETA does not want you to do, sock monkeys.
That's right, that'll get you on their naughty list. Let's sell some snorkels. I always see people wearing snorkels in the ocean. I've never seen them sold on television. Snorkels.
If you're too poor for proper scuba equipment, snorkels.
If you're on the hunt for sea monkeys, snorkels.
Because you can't take your CPAP machine underwater. Snorkels.
When you want to go swimming, but you also want to smoke a bong. Snorkels.
Global warming's coming. Snorkels.
When you don't have a proper beer bong, but you really want to get it down quick, snorkels.
See, I'd like to point out that Andy used drink from a beer bong correctly, whereas I said smoke a bong and sounded like the lamest, oldest guy in the room. Thank you for that, Andy.
Well, I think that here in Jesters, we're appreciative of all types of bongs.
Snorkels. Soft serve ice cream. Apparently mentioning Dairy Queen made someone hungry, so let's sell some soft serve ice cream.
When you can't afford the fancy ice cream, soft serve ice cream.
Yes, Queen. Soft serve.
Because you can't eat your ice cream without the little curl. Soft serve ice cream.
If you don't know the scoop, soft serve ice cream.
If you're in the line at the drive-thru and the kids just will not shut up and you just need to get them something there to just make them shut up, soft serve ice cream.
Because you're feeling fancy and want dessert at McDonald's. Soft serve ice cream.
You know, Sandra's in the chat, and Sandra wants us to sell dinner rolls. Dinner rolls. Because a loaf of bread is just too much of a commitment. Dinner rolls.
Don't serve these for lunch. Dinner rolls.
Eat enough of those carbs and we'll turn into other kinds of rolls. Dinner rolls.
Goes
For
perfect.
when you want to be full before you start eating. Dinner rolls.
Goes perfect with a whole stick of butter. Dinner rolls.
And finally, Jenny's in the chat, and Jenny wants us to sell her cat. I don't know if she is needing help selling a cat, but you know what? Let's sell a cat.
Are you not cool enough to be a dog person? Cats.
When you can't afford a paper shredder. Cats.
Tu gato es mi gato. Cat.
Lick me. Cat.
Hey, we're going to end it on Lick Me. Thank you, everyone. That was Taglines. Lori, for ending us on what we call traditionally the blackout line, you get to hang out, and I'm going to have Brandon hang out with you as well. Linda, Bryan, and Andy can kill the cameras if you want. Do you two happen to have a couple reading materials amongst you?
I do.
You do. You know what? You've got one that doesn't have a cover title on it, Brandon. So what is that one?
This is the Black Cloud.
The Black Cloud. You can use that one. And Lori, oh my gosh, Strength Finder 2.0 is giving me some nightmares. So yeah, let's go with the Ultimate Nap Book. Change your life without getting out of bed. I like that. So Brandon and Lori are able to pull from these books anytime they feel like they need some help coming up with the next line in this next scene. The two of you are getting ready to hibernate this winter. It's going to be a long winter. Alyssa wants to see you guys getting ready to hibernate, and whenever you need to, dive into the books, make sure they're not blocking your face in front of the microphone, and fill in the blanks.
Jim, thanks so much, sweetheart, for gathering all those sticks.
I had to fight off the squirrels for them, so you better appreciate it.
I deeply appreciate it. I notice your rippling pecs, your rippling muscles, and it made me think of something I heard when I was younger. And what I heard was, we replenish and repair during naps.
Wow. That is just blows my mind that is what we're preparing to do. I mean, I said, you were fighting me on this, and I said over and over again that this will make us feel better in the spring. I mean, what else are we supposed to do this winter? We're going to stay at home. I know that. And you know what everyone else is saying. They say, by all that's wonderful, Jeff Marlowe, I've given up hopes you getting here.
Jim, that is genius. I'm so glad you're telling me this, and I'm so glad that you completed your online degree at Duke University, honey. Way to go.
Thank you, honey. I mean, Rachel, this has been an accomplishment for me. I mean, I think with this we can settle down and we can just kind of know that we're safe this winter.
We can hibernate, honey.
You know, you provide so much for us, and I really appreciate that. I mean, the kids are even saying it. I mean, they keep on telling me, Dad, the politicians are trying to get through Moscow, Washington, London, Paris, Timbuktu.
Aren't our kids amazing? They're so global. Honey, I think I might have influenced them because while you were busy studying online, I introduced our children to a podcast. And the name of the podcast was, This Can Actually Be the Preface to an Unexpectedly Marvelous Nap.
Whoa, you just they're going to be so prepared for this winter. I mean,
So prepared.
they've learned so much, you know, they've learned about the world, Timbuktu, whatnot, and you have done your part. I'm just so thankful for you. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say of this, but surely it's quite fantastic to imagine that we could cause the cloud to react in such a fashion.
No truer words were ever spoken, Jim. We're it. We're the cloud causers.
Yeah, I mean, the clouds are it blocks out the sun, you know. It's just, Rachel, we're built for the cloud. I mean, all our data's there.
I think we need to put a sign on the cave before we go into our deep hibernation. And, you know, I'm just spitballing here, so there might be a better way to phrase this. But how about if we say, I think that parents could have date nights where they get a babysitter and go to a motel or friend's house.
Oh, I like what you're saying there. I think we should get a babysitter. I mean, maybe we go and take an extra deep hibernation, if you know what I mean.
I am picking up what you are putting down on this forest floor.
Oh, and when I get you there, I'm just going to say, you reject the possibility that we might keep warm the same way as they keep warm in winter in the Canadian prairies?
It's like you read my mind.
I just love you two laughing back and forth about that one. That felt so real, so perfect. Lori and Brandon, thank you guys so much for teaching us all about hibernating. Let's get Andy, Bryan, and Linda back. Lori and Brandon, go ahead and kill the cameras. Now, Linda and Bryan, I'm not going to let you guys just choose any lines from any books in this one. Sorry, Linda and Andy. I'm not going to let you guys just choose any lines. I actually, Rebecca asked the people in the chat what they wanted to hear you guys say. And let's see, Brianna, Alyssa, Bruce, and Dave all came up with some doozies for us. So Linda, for this next scene, the only thing you are able to say are, do you want to build a snowman? And you can't handle the truth. Can you repeat those back to us, Linda? Make sure you got them.
Do you want to build a snowman and you can't handle the truth?
That is correct. And Andy, the only things you can say are, what the hell is a gigawatt? And I'm late.
So, what the hell is a gigawatt? And I'm late.
That is correct. And Bryan, the three of you are working, according to Renee, at a street side hot cocoa stand.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here with my two best friends. You know, coming back, you know, they rebrought the Howldazzle Parade, and here we are ready to serve the cold little caroler people appreciators.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh, you know, afterwards that would be great, but right now, like, we can't leave our post because, you know, cha-ching.
I'm late. I'm late.
Oh, look, no, hey, no, there's plenty of time. You know what? People just started coming in. So, no, you're good.
You want to build a snowman?
I would love to build a snowman, but right now the customers, like, we can't, yeah, Cheryl, we can't leave them.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Oh, well, all the holodazzle, like lights, they like charge them up. So I'm gigawatts, I think, is what powers them.
I'm late? I'm late?
Oh my gosh, Luke, you're pregnant?
I'm late.
I'm
late.
I didn't mean to pry. I'm sorry. I read into something there. I thought you want to talk about it, but no, we'll talk later if you want.
You can't handle the truth.
No, you know what? And this isn't the time or the place either. At a parade selling hot chocolate, we don't talk about no.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Whoa, okay. You know what? We can build a snowman, and maybe it can be like one of those electronic ones that light up with the gigawatts.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Well, I flunked out of science school, okay? I don't know what a gigawatt is, all right?
I'm late.
And that's why I had to drop out of science school, because I was late all the time, too. So let that be a lesson to you.
You can't handle the truth!
Maybe I don't want to know the truths about science. Maybe I just want to cling to ignorance.
You want to build a
I'm late.
I'm being mocked now. The reasons that are very personal to me for dropping out of science school are being thrown in my face. I said nothing about you possibly being pregnant and being embarrassed about that. I let that go. I didn't even bring it up. I'm not even talking about it now.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
You know what? Have your own holodazzle parade here. I'm just ready to go build a snowman.
Yeah, you want to build a snowman?
Yes, I want to build a snowman. Let's go.
Let's all build snowman. Yay! Thank you, Bryan and Linda and Andy. Bryan, real quick, since we've got you up right now, it is Give to the Max Day. We're talking about some of our favorite charities, and you had mentioned one that is taking part in Give to the Max. Do you want to give them a quick shout out?
Yes, a very great organization called Feed My Starving Children. They are an organization that focuses on delivering meals to countries where there is extreme poverty. There's always worldwide hunger, but especially with the pandemic this year, these places are being hit even harder. Every month, they deliver millions of meals to places in need. So they are a very worthy organization that does good with the money that they are given.
Yep. And once the pandemic's done, they're going to reopen up their food. I forget what you would call it, food stuffing. Edison and I have done it multiple times with our family. It's always a good time. I'm going to throw the challenge out now. Next time they are open, Jesters, we're going to do a night there. Fill in bags with food to send them out. All right, let's get Lori and Brandon back. I'm going to pull him over. I got my little buddy Edison here, and we've got his fedora, and we've got it full of scenes, because we're going to do scenes from a hat. So everyone in the chat can take a break and just enjoy us for a moment, but keep watching the comments, because Rebecca's going to throw out your next questions so we can get our suggestions out of there. You already grabbed a suggestion, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to have Edison grab all the suggestions for me. This first one is
the worst reasons to travel back in time.
The worst reasons to travel back in time.
Dude, did you see that photograph of Grandma when she was 20? I gotta go meet her.
You. I've traveled back in time to cease the invention of the bathtub ducky.
If we keep going, like eventually we'll run into Doctor Who. That'd be so cool.
Because in 1919, they also had a pandemic.
Yeah, dude, I just went back in time and I poisoned the apple that Eve ate. Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. innovative but not very effective weight loss programs.
When someone sends you a thank you note in the mail, rather than lunch, go ahead and ingest the handwritten note. That'll kill your appetite.
Sleeping burns calories, so just sleep.
Look, with Weight Loss Horse, all you need to do is bring your horse into the kitchen, and every time you feel like opening the fridge, push it in the butt and it'll kick you right in the stomach.
Look, say what you will about illegal drugs, but you ever seen a skinny crackhead? Just saying. Just saying.
Have you tried fighting with your wife? Well, it's great for losing weight. Fights, science shows that fights cause lots of calorie loss.
All right, we got another one here. Products you should never purchase used.
Oh, used Trojans.
Well, look, I dug it up, and he's never gonna know that someone's already been in this coffin.
Now look, I know it's not optimal, but it's really hard to find toilet paper on the shelves these days.
Boy, that Wrigley sure is a good price.
What's the next one you got, Edison? Profile descriptions from monster dating apps.
Yeah. People tell me that I look a little bit like a angry tomato, but don't let that put you off.
I have a long beard and I host improv shows online, and some people think that I'm very hairy in certain ways.
My heart's on fire for you. Ooh, fire, fire, bud, fire, bud.
I've heard it said that love is dead. Well, dead could be in love.
Truth be told, I have one STD, two STDs,
If you're looking for an
Call me
intellectual,
daddy.
if you're looking for an intellectual, I have a brain. In fact, I have several brains.
If you want to call me daddy, I can call you mummy.
All right, hold up the next one, Edison.
Least successful sport promotional
Giveaways. The least successful sports promotional giveaways.
Come down today to Cleveland and get any Browns merchandise.
These are the leftover steroids from the Hulk experiment that did not go well.
Come on down to Wrigley Field for Linda's used gum.
Oh, look, it's a snow globe of the Metrodome collapsing.
That would be amazing. That was scenes from a hat. Thank you for pulling those out of the hat for us. Great job, everyone. Brandon, Andy. Andy and I, so actually the ladies can take this next game off. So go ahead and kill your cameras. Andy and I are going to take part in Masking Up Minnesota, which is very important to us right now. We're going to be masking up for this next scene. So you're not going to be able to hear us talk, which means Brandon is going to do the voiceover for Andy, and Lori is going to do the voiceover for me. So I've got my Jesters mask, which is available through tpublic.com. Search for Zack Attack Design or search for Jesters Comedy Improv. For some reason, we are not the first option that comes up when you search for Jesters Comedy Improv. You've got to search a while. I don't know why. But these are available at tpublic.com for a very affordable price right now. Andy, you and I are going to be, let's see, Renee wants to see us. We're junior high kids we're nerds, and one of us got stuffed in a locker.
Okay, well,
So
you've got your beautiful mask. I better go grab my face mask as well. Give me one
Yep.
second.
And then again, Lori is going to be doing all the voiceovers for me, and Brandon is going to be doing the voiceovers for Andy as we are in our safety.
Right.
So that's the mask you wear to stores right now, Andy? Oh, okay. Lori and Brandon, go ahead and start us off.
Dudley, is that you? Dude, are you in that locker, man?
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, get me out of here. I need to get out.
Yeah, you're telling me I was counting on you to write my book report for Lord of the Flies and Watership Down and how to build a birdhouse in 6 steps, man. I need my book reports.
Okay, just let me out of this locker and you can see the list of book reports that I need to write. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. I can't be expected to do all of this. How is
Okay.
one? Oh,
Okay, yeah, okay. Look, I think that I can find a crowbar, but in the meantime, dude, do you have enough oxygen?
no. I mean, some say I have the perfect amount of oxygen, but I think that I'm really lacking. I mean, especially in stuff inside the locker.
Well, I'm gonna do you a good service, I hope. It's kind of like mouth to mouth, but I'm just gonna find where there's some metal slots. I'm just gonna give you some breath of life. Breath of life! Here I go.
Oh, 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 uh, oh, thank you.
I trust.
That seemed to have. I can't breathe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, just a second. I'm just gonna grab something. I'm just gonna start, using it as a fan through the air slots. Wait.
Help!
Wait.
Help!
I think I'm experiencing that superhuman phenomenon where I'm just gonna rip off the front door of this locker and.
Oh my gosh, you saved my life, Al. I'll never forget that.
That was so cool. I'm never gonna forget it. I sort of feel like Spider-Man or something. I just get these tapped into these superhuman friend powers, Dudley.
You're gonna be my king, okay? I'll do whatever you want me to for the rest of our at least our high school careers, but probably our lives.
You know what I'm gonna ask you, dude? You're so good at book reports. If you could just score me a few sweet book reports, I'd consider the debt of saving your life repaid.
That's gonna have to do it for me, but I'm gonna have to run.
Another life saved.
That was Maskerplece Theatre. Thank you very much, Lori. Thank you very much, Brandon. Andy, I barely recognize you with the cat mask on, but I think I like you better with
just
it
let me
on.
take my mask off, and then you'll recognize me.
Oh, there you are. There you are. I just want to give a quick shout out to another one of our Give to the Max Day benefactors, beneficiaries, however that phrase actually goes. Pangea Theater is a theater that one of our performers, Zach, and his wife Suzanne are really working towards raising money for. They do great work. They've been there for 40 years. Great local theater place. We want them to be able to be there for another 40 years. So Pangea Theater should be hopefully someone that you want to throw a couple bucks to this Give to the Max Day. Lori, you can go ahead and take a breather. And Linda, tech guy Steve is going to throw you into another room because you are not allowed to hear what is happening next. Ooh. So Steve, go ahead and kick Linda out. There she is. She's gone. We're going to play the dating game. I need to get my professional suit coat on for this. We have our lucky bachelors 1, 2, and 3 here, and we've got some great suggestions in the chat for you guys that Linda is going to have to guess who all three of you are. Let's see. Bachelor number 1, Andy. You are Madonna. You are Madonna. Bachelor number 2, Brandon. You are a professor of Chinese painting. Yeah, you're a professor of Chinese painting. And Bachelor number 3, Bryan.
Oh no.
You are the cast of Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, that scared you for a moment, but you're back on board now. So if we can get our confirm again who we are, Bachelor number 1, who are you?
I'm Madonna.
Bachelor number 2?
I'm a professor of Chinese paintings.
And Bachelor number 3?
I am the entire cast of Sesame Street.
And if any of you want to know who gave you what suggestions so you can track them down on Facebook later, just let me know or jump back in, because these shows are live, or not live, but they're saved on Facebook for basically ever. So you guys can go in there and see the chat and watch what you did and all that fun stuff. Steve, let's get our bachelorette back, Linda, so we can play Jester's favorite game show that ultimately involves someone getting laid, the dating game. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. We have our bachelorette, Linda. Linda, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Linda, and I'm looking for a date and see if we connect.
Well, you've come to the right place, Linda. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's a little fun fact about Linda?
Well, I like long walks and daisies.
Long walks and daisies. Well, hopefully we can find you a match today. Let's have our bachelors introduce themselves to you and say hi. Bachelor number 1.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. I haven't been in front of the cameras in a while, but it's just so great to be back and in the spotlight.
Bachelor number 2, go ahead and say hi.
Hello. It's fantastic to be here. I mean, I just really enjoy bringing the culture to the game here.
And Bachelor number 3, go ahead and say hello.
Well, hi, little girl. It's so nice to see you here. Linda, I actually heard you were hearing impaired. It looks like you're not, but if you are, that's okay.
Oh, okay, I don't know who's telling you that, but okay.
Linda, the floor is yours. Go ahead and ask the bachelors any question you want.
Well, Bachelor number 1, do you have a favorite movie?
Oh, well, I don't know. Of all the movies that I've been in, I'm really not sure which ones were the best. I really can't say. I cherish every single one of them. I don't think I could pick a favorite.
Well, can I just say that I think you're in a league of your own, Bachelor number 1?
Oh, well, that's quite nice of you to say.
Do you have the same question for the other bachelors, Linda?
Well, Bachelor number 2, what if we went on a date, where would you take me?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, I would take you to the museum. I mean, I love you, especially international museums. I mean, you've got to respect others' cultures, and it's just a beautiful thing. I just love seeing the world, especially Asia. I mean, it's amazing.
Okay, I've never been there, so that might be nice. Bachelor number 3, do you have any hobbies?
Well, me like eating cookies. Nom, 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 nom. You like cookies?
Oh yeah, who doesn't? Oh yes, okay, thank you. Let's just go right back to number 2. Let me see. If we say we were dating, what would your pet name for me be?
Oh, the pet name? Probably like Beijing. That's something me and my buddies at the college would get. I mean, they would get it, okay? But you would be Beijing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna chime in and say I'd call you slimy because you look like a little worm.
Okay.
Well, you would be my lucky star.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very nice of you. I feel so lucky.
Well, Linda, we got time for one more question for each of our bachelors. So just giving you that little warning. Ding, ding.
Okay. So I think I just would like to ask number 2 another question.
Go ahead.
What if we ended up getting married, how would you propose to me?
Oh, that's simple. I mean, it would be in China for sure. And I would probably paint a picture of you just among all of Beijing, probably, because that's my nickname for you. I mean, I think we've established this. This is perfect, and it could be hung up in my office. It would be lovely.
Okay.
All right. Well, Linda, we're at the end of the game. You've got to make a decision. Who is the first bachelor you are not going to choose tonight?
Well, I don't think I want number 1, Madonna.
That is correct. It was Madonna. Madonna, I'm sorry, you were not Linda's choice.
Sorry, but you've done too much dating.
I thought you would be my ray of light.
I think Madonna's looking up names of her songs on the other screen in front of her.
And bachelor number 3, although I like cookies, I don't think I want to go out with a cookie monster.
Oh, I don't think it's just Cookie Monster.
Oh, all the characters of that show, Sesame Street.
That is correct, Linda. That was all of the characters of Sesame Street. So you did not choose Bachelor number 1 or Bachelor number 3, which means you've chosen Bachelor number 2, who is, of course,
he's the Olympics. He is a professor of China studies.
ooh, a specific part of China. He talked about it.
Beijing.
He talked about it quite frequently. It's an art form with brushes and canvas.
Of art history of China.
That is close enough. Bachelor number 2 is a professor of Chinese art and painting. Congratulations, Linda and Professor. You are our lucky date winners tonight on the dating game. Thank you very much, everyone, for playing that. Linda, you were such a good sport. I want to give you a moment to be able to tell people about Wags and Whiskers Animal Rescue.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's an animal rescue, and there's a number of them in the cities. I'm picking this one because I'm in the process of adopting a kitty from this one. So they find homes for homeless pets or animals, I guess I should say. And so check them out, please.
Do you have the kitten in mind already? The cat or kitten?
Yeah, I have to wait for it to get spayed.
Okay.
No, neutered.
Whichever one's for the boy.
Neutered, yeah.
Can you tell us what it looks like, just so we can all real quick?
Oh, he's kind of like a darker tabby.
Oh, do you have a name picked out?
His name is currently Disco. I don't know if I'm gonna change it or not.
Yeah, I don't think I'd keep Disco either. You know what? Who's gone? Lori, come back, because it's time for Jesters to spread a little love around the world with a game we call Love is Like. We've asked people in the chat what their favorite or least favorite gifts they've ever received are. And we are going to compare those gifts to love. So to start out with, Renee once received a puppy. It's not quite a kitty, Linda, but it's a puppy. So let's tell people how love is like puppies.
Love is like a puppy. Eventually, you're just going to end up in the doghouse.
Love is
Love
like
is like a puppy, especially the spayed or neutered parts.
love is like a puppy. It'll just to make a mess of your house.
Love, it's like a puppy. Eventually it'll be housebroken.
Love is like a puppy. It keeps getting bigger.
Aww. Wow. Someone received a lady electric razor. So let's tell people how love is like a lady's electric razor.
Love is like a lady's electric razor, especially when you use it on those difficult to reach parts before you head in for an important surgery.
Love is like a lady's electric razor. It's nice and smooth.
Love is like a lady's electric razor. First it's hairy, then it's bloody.
Love is like an electric razor. The vibrations make it a lot better.
Love is like a lady's electric razor. You got to be plugged into it.
Let's do love is like a Broadway show.
Love is like
Love is like a Broadway show. It's very expensive, but really you do it because she wants to.
love is like a Broadway show. It's all an act.
Love is like a Broadway show. She really wants you to fiddle her on the roof.
Love is like a Broadway show. I haven't seen it in 2020 and it isn't looking good in 2021 either.
Bill wants to hear how love is like grilling tools.
Love is
Love-
like grilling
Listen.
tools. They're really the same as your indoor ones. They just look more manly.
Love is like grilling tools because sometimes things are just a little too hot to handle.
Love is like grilling tools. I particularly am fond of thongs. Thongs.
Love is like grilling tools. You do need to clean them in between each use and preferably sterilize.
Love is like grilling tools. It's always on deck, but never right there.
And finally, Sandra wants to know how love is like a training bra.
Love is like a training bra. Don't ever, ever give up hope.
Love is like a training bra. Eventually you're just gonna outgrow it.
Love is like a training bra. You wish there were boobs, but there's not.
That is love is like, everyone. Thank you, Brandon, for that. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Bryan, Lori, and Andy can stick around for a moment. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of the charities I've donated to this time around, the Twin Cities Gay Men's Choir. They do a great thing around the cities. One, they sound wonderful. They've done a couple shows online as well during the pandemic. So make sure you're giving them some money and some love as well. One of my very good friends is on their board. So I'm not just doing it to suck up to him, but the Twin Cities Gay Men's Choir, look for that in the chat as well. You're all very lucky right now, though, because we have Andy, Bryan, and Lori, who individually are each borderline geniuses. But when you plug the three of them in together, they are the instant expert on any topic whatsoever. Thankfully, I think that each of them on their own has that knowledge of just about everything specific on the planet, that when you put them together, they know everything on the planet. And we've got some comments popping up in here, some questions that people really want answered. And it is Thanksgiving season, so Bruce would like to know, what's the best way to cook and enjoy squash?
Squash
Is
Best
cooked
under
a
mattress.
What kind of mattress?
certified
fide.
Mattresses.
make
The
Worst
squash
you
could
eat.
So there you go. Don't use a certified mattress. Alyssa, we're going to stick with the food preparation for the upcoming holidays. Which is better, canned or homemade cranberry sauce?
canned
Cranberry.
sauce.
is
Sometimes
A
okay.
option.
for
Thanksgiving.
However,
truly
Homemade
cranberry
sauce.
works
like
A
splattery
miraculous
gelatinous.
projectile.
grandma
Always
Gets
projectiles
when
we
gather
for
Thanksgiving.
There you go. So if you want it just like grandma, get the projectile kind. Bill wants to know, where's the best place to go on a first date during COVID?
Dates
aren't
always
a
good.
option.
maybe
Bill
Would
stay
home
and
single
life
embrace.
There you go. Just don't even date right now. Just stay at home and embrace being single. And finally, where to go? I gotta. Oh, here we go. Why do rappers have such weird names?
rappers
have
Names
because
God
invented
rap
music
therefore
no
religious
fervor
can
muster
enough
normal
name calling
for
rappers.
There you go. There you go. One last Thanksgiving question did pop up, so I want to answer this really quickly. Zach wants to know, what is inside a cornucopia?
Inside
cornucopias
you
will
find
a
lot
of
treats
such
as
jewels
pickles,
corn
rumba
Skittles,
gum
DVDs
erasers,
smurfs
lifesavers
toads,
baguettes
stationery
and
toenails.
There you go. So you will literally find a cornucopia full of just cornucopia stuff. Andy, Bryan, and Lori have been your instant expert. Thank you guys very much. Linda and Brandon, get back here because we need to do a little jester speciality here. We need to tell some jokes. We are a comedy group after all, and the one joke that we love to tell is 185 blanks walk into a bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve blanks here," and the blanks say a punchline. We're going to get the blanks from the audience, and the 5-6 jesters of us are going to give the punchlines. I'm going to give a shout out real quick to one of our favorite bars, breweries, Tord Brewery. We're live on the big screen in there. And one of the owners, Dave, wants us to do 185 Dungeon and Dragon Masters. Would those just be called Dungeon Masters? Is that what? DMs?
Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Masters. 185 Dungeon Masters.
185 Dungeon Masters walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve Dungeon Masters." And the Dungeon Masters say, "Let's roll."
185 Dungeon Masters walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve Dungeon Masters." And the Dungeon Masters say, "Well, no dice."
185 Dungeon Masters walk in the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve Dungeon Masters here." And the Dungeon Masters say, "We were just looking for potent potables."
185 Dungeon Masters go into the bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve Dungeon Masters here." And the Dungeon Masters say, "Wow, we could have sworn that you did."
185 Dungeon Masters go into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve Dungeon Masters here." And the Dungeon Masters say, "Well, okay, I guess we'll go back to our mom's basement."
Let's do 185 knitters. 185 knitters walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve knitters here." And the knitters say, "Really?" And the bartenders say, "Nah, we're just needling you."
185 knitters walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve knitters here." Knitters go, "Yarn it."
185 knitters walk into a bar and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve knitters." And the knitters say, "Is it because you heard that we're really big sweaters?"
185 knitters go into the bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve knitters." And the knitters say, "You know, the way you're talking to us right now, it is not very nice."
185 knitters go into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve knitters here." And the knitters say, "We get the point."
And let's do 185 professional taste testers. Yeah. 185 professional taste testers walk into the bar. Bartender says, "No, get out. I'm not serving you professional taste testers anymore." And the 185 professional taste testers say, "You don't got to be so salty."
185 professional taste testers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve professional taste testers." And the professional taste testers say, "Wow, you're so mouthy."
185 professional taste testers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve professional taste testers here." The taste testers say, "Come on, let's Costco."
185 professional taste testers go into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve professional taste testers." And the taste testers say, hey, we just came in for some buds."
There we go. I think you would say that these 5 are amongst the best 185ers you've ever seen. If you wouldn't say that, I would, and I'm the host. And I'm the one who has in my possession the Jesters Championship belt. And that means that we are going to look, you guys can see yourself in the reflection. We are going to play the 185 championship game right now. No, you can't have that yet, Andy. You've got to earn it, which means I am going to set up the joke. I'm going to point to one of you. You are going to finish the joke. If your punchline elicits laughter from the audience, which I can't hear, so if it elicits laughter from me, if it makes sense, if it's a pun, if it's a joke, you get to stay. If you hem and ha or repeat a joke or don't have one, or we run long and I need to get rid of someone, you're out until we get down to the final two. The final two are they're going to go back and forth until we have a winner who gets a digital copy of the belt plastered on their profile picture. Do we understand that? We good to go? Cool. We're going to start with 185 birds. 185 birds walk into the bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve birds here." And the birds say, "Linda."
I'm going down to the Catholic Church and ask my cardinal if you can do that.
And the 185 birds say, "Andy."
"Oh yeah, well, two can play at this game."
And the 185 birds say, "Bryan."
"What, you think we're robbing the joint?"
And the 185 birds say, "Lori."
"Is it because our hair is feathered?"
And the 185 birds say, "Brandon."
Come on, boys, let's fly.
All right, that was a good one. I'm not going to be as nice this time around. You're all still in. 185 bottle cap collectors walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve bottle cap collectors. And the bottle cap collectors say, Bryan.
Put a lid on it.
And the cap collectors say, Lori.
Oh, well, we just found it so irresistible walking by. You're playing music by Philip Glass.
And the 185 bottle cap collectors say, Linda.
Hey, but this one's belonged to Laverne and Shirley.
And the 185 bottle cap collectors say, Brandon.
Oh, you saved us.
You say, okay, you save them. You save them. No, I got it. So, Andy, it's on you. 185 bottle cap collectors say.
Oh, yeah? Well, we're going to flip you off.
Oh, my gosh. I thought you guys would not get that one. So, we're going to go with the business women. Just in general. Good luck. 185 business women walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve business women here. And the business women say, Lori.
Well, that simply does not suit us.
And the 185 business women say, Brandon.
Well, we're just going to break all your glass ceilings.
And the 185 business women say, Andy.
I don't think business women should be entering bars personally. I just, I kind of agree with the bartender. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. No, Brandon, Andy, I'm sorry. Business women can drink wherever they want. You're out. All right, we're down to our last four. Let's jump into another one. 185 ping pong champions walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve ping pong champions here. And the ping pong champions say, Linda.
Well, you got balls.
And the ping pong champions say, Bryan.
Is it because you don't like our net worth?
And the ping pong champions say, Brandon.
Oh, we were just looking for a table.
And the ping pong champions say, Lori.
I guess we're just up this river without a paddle.
And 185 ping pong champions say, that's right, I hope you have a second one ready, Bryan.
You know, I was thinking Andy is kind of right about what he was. I just thought that maybe.
No, ping pong champions can drink in this bar too, Bryan. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You're out. You guys got to be ready. If all four of you, now three of you do too well, I'm going to have to go back to you guys. 185 choir singers. Choir members walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve choir members here. And the choir members say, Lori.
How unlucky for you, because we had fully planned to disrobe.
The 185 choir members say, Brandon.
Come on. I thought we were looking for the sopranos over here.
And the 185 choir singers say, Linda.
Well, this is all we have to do now that we can't sing together anymore.
That's truthful, but unfortunately it's not a joke, Linda. You're out, which means we're down to Brandon and we're down to Lori, which means you two are going to go back and forth. I'll set up just the punchline each time, but the winner of this is the Jesters digital champion tonight. And we are taking a suggestion from one of our super fans, one of our fellow Jesters, Bill. Bill is asking for 185 nudists. So 185 nudists walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve nudists here. And the nudists say, Brandon.
Don't be a dick.
And the nudists say, Lori.
What am I going to do with this junk?
And the nudists say, Brandon.
Oh, this place is filled with assholes.
And the nudists say, Lori.
We came in for the barbecued thighs.
And the nudists say, Brandon.
That was just the answer I was looking for.
And the nudists say, Lori.
Oh, I guess we shouldn't let the door hit us on the backside while we're leaving.
That one was iffy, Lori. So I'm going to give Brandon one more try. Brandon, 185 nudists walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve nudists here. And the nudists say,
Well, we'll make sure to close the door on our way out.
The winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever winning the championship, Brandon Coombs. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Brandon, you're on a streak.
You're
Oh,
on a
man.
streak.
Felt
I'm
good.
going to have Lori and Linda kill your cameras real quick because Brandon gets the belt all to himself. So we'll just put it right over there. Thank you. As the champion, you get a chance real quick to give just a little speech, a victory speech.
Oh, there's so many people I'd like to thank. First, Wooly. I mean, fantastic time hosting tonight. I mean, just outstanding. Tord Brewery, we've got to lift it up to Tord Brewery. You've got it there. I already drank mine. You know, I want to throw it out to Huge Theater. They are having their Improvathon right now, and that's a big thing for them. All of the people that we mentioned tonight, Feed Our Starving Children, any of the adoption shelters places, they're all great. I have my dog from that. Just love everyone.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Brandon. I do want to give one more quick shout out to another theater in the area that's raising money. I don't think they're on Give to the Max, but Strike Theater is another local theater that a lot of us have performed at. So search out Strike Theater, throw them some money. Maybe you'll get a coffee mug.
And they are on it. So
they are good. You know what? Go to givetothemax.com. I think it's gttm.com. Give to the max. It's very easy to find. And if you go to Facebook and you're in Minnesota, you're going to find people sharing that all throughout. We just want to make sure that the people who need the help right now are getting it. So whatever you've got, throw it on there. And again, if you don't know who to give the money to, buy us a coffee. Coffee.com, Jesters Comedy Improv. We'll make sure someone gets that money who needs it right now. Let's get everyone back because this is the end of the show. Aww. I want to thank Brandon, Linda, Andy, Lori, and Bryan for playing with us tonight. I want to give a big thanks to Rebecca and Steve who are working the background for us. They make our show look so good because they do this weekly with Fantastic Voyage Improv. So make sure you check out Fantastic Voyage Improv on Facebook. They do these live shows every Wednesday, which is, again, why they're able to make us look so good. They've been doing it for so very long. Last thing I want to throw out is it's about 9:05 right now. We've got one more game we're going to do, and then at 9:30 Central Time, Brandon already gave the shout out to Huge Theater. Huge Theater is doing a really cool show at 9:30 that I'm going to go check out. They've got improv legend Colin Mockery and the star of one of mine and my wife's favorite shows, Superstore, Colton Dunn, are going to be doing a 2-person show live on YouTube at 9:30 for Huge Improv's Improvathon. So make sure you check that out when we're done with the next game, because Brandon won the championship, which means him and I get to do a slideshow about one of our last trips together before all of this went down. Remember that time we unicycled around Mille Lacs Lake, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I was unfamiliar with unicycling, and like that was so memorable between us because like you brought 2 of them, first of all.
Right.
It was it made it a bicycle. That was the joke I made, but that was dumb. But you showed me how to actually balance, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you were a natural right away. I've got that. I took a picture of the first time you got on a unicycle. Let's take a look at that.
Oh,
click.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you had this weird big hat, and that's how I learned that's how you balance on the unicycle. I mean, it takes a lot of sort of weight on top of your head, and it kind of spreads out. Also, the wind resistance. And I had a bit of a smaller hat, as you can see there, and I was kind of falling, and that's clearly what you can see. I mean, and I did stub my toe on this horn.
Yeah, you stubbed your toe, and then the unicycle flipped off and hit a rare unicorn that was walking around Mille Lacs.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even know that Mille Lacs had unicorns. I knew unicorns existed. We all know that.
Right.
But this was truly amazing, and we said thank you to that unicorn because I mean, why not? I mean, and we continued to go down the road. And I remember, don't you remember what we saw next? I mean, it says it all in the next picture.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Click.
Yeah, we inadvertently entered a unicycle race. And for your first time, I'm amazed you won.
Yeah.
You won the 15th annual Mille Lacs unicycle race.
I was super excited at first. Then they gave me the trophy, and it was I was spitting so much because of an anger. Like you put on your goggles, right?
Yeah, because you were spitting so much, it was getting all over me in my face and my mouth. It was disgusting. I had to put on my unicycle safety goggles.
Wooly, I'm sorry about that.
No. It when I saw the trophy as well, I'll admit I laughed. And I took a selfie real quick of me laughing because it was just so funny and to see the trophy that small. Click. Well, I took the selfie in front of the American flag. It was back when I had hair as well. And back when I had 2 cell phones because I took a selfie of myself talking on the phone laughing, basically calling all of the other jesters to tell them, you won't believe the size of the trophy Brandon won.
Yeah, I mean, they were cracking up about it, and I also made that joke later on whenever you lost all that hair that it went to your beard, and it's just, I mean, these guys they cry like, and so that's why I threw that picture in there. I don't know if you saw that. They were crying because of all the hot sauce that we sort of brought them with that all of that. So I mean, that was just. Yeah, I mean that's the type of jokes that we make here, and this is such an important group, and that's why in our trip I had to throw it out to them. We went and posed right by that one statue. Don't you remember? I have a picture here. Click.
Yeah, the famous drinking statue of Mille Lacs.
Yeah. I mean, you would think it's in Wisconsin, but it's not. I mean, we really lived up to the name there. I mean, you brought a whole handle. I mean, I did not expect that. I just brought a beer can. That's all.
Yeah, and then the statue itself depicts someone. They used to originally be holding a liquor bottle, but then it's theorized that some drunks who were ice fishing ripped the bottle off, not realizing it was actually made out of concrete.
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I think it's still at the bottom of the lake, right?
Oh, yeah. In the very bottom at like the 2-mile mark. But that statue still stands there chugging from a bottle that no longer exists.
It's right next to that pond, right next to that pontoon, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually, I suggested we scuba dive to go see it. And so I have a picture of us doing that here. Click. Yeah, I mean, so your hair kind of got, it did get all in a mess once we got into the water. It was kind of crazy.
The water kind of showed that I've been combing over for a long time, which is why I decided to just get rid of it all and move it down here.
Yeah, and I didn't have to worry about that. I wore my cap. As you know, I'm a volunteer firefighter. They promoted me this year.
Congratulations!
Right before our trip, actually. So, and so I mean, I had to sport my new title.
Yep. And then the underwater speakers were playing our favorite song, which I don't know how Mille Lacs Lake speakers knew what our favorite song was, but this next slide is a musical slide. So I'm going to flip over to that, and we're going to just hear our favorite song. Click.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard to hear because of the water. Hold on, we can do this.
Yeah, let's see if I can turn the volume up.
Okay.
It's a female singer, if that helps.
Yeah.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
There we go.
Think that I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. I knew how to stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
Yeah, there. That was
Yeah.
that was when that muskie ate the speaker.
Yeah, I remember that. That was, I mean, that muskie was huge.
Oh yeah, it was a record.
Yeah, and the teeth on that. I mean, we did reel it in though. I mean, you grabbed it with your bare hands. I couldn't even believe that.
And then
Yeah.
you technically reeled me in. And yeah, there's the muskie. There's what was inside the muskie, the missing child from Mille Lacs. We were heroes.
Yeah, I mean the news came out and everything, and they, like the camera, the reporter just wanted to tell us all about how incredible this was, that we saved this child from this demon muskie. I mean, there's nothing better than that. I mean, that's
Well, okay, I'm gonna be a little selfish here. The one thing that was better was the reward money, which we hit the store right afterwards and just spent it all on useless crap. Do you remember what you bought?
I do. So I took a lot of pictures of it, and it's right here. I did buy more alcohol.
Yeah.
You say useless crap, and I know you've talked to me about this, but I consider that priceless. And
No.
I don't blame you for getting what you got. I mean,
No, the glow in the dark bowl was something I've always wanted since I was a little kid, and the reason I wanted to get it was so I could just attack it. And I did take a picture of myself attacking it right here. Click.
oh yeah. So I do remember that you said the only way to grab a bull by its horns is by thrusting a lightsaber into its head. That was the way to do it. I mean, it was a little uncalled for, actually. That picture kind of.
I agree, but overall, it was a very memorable trip to Mille Lacs, I thought. I think this last picture, though, summarizes the entire trip and probably that entire summer for both of us.
Yeah, the summer of 2016.
Lick.
It was kind of a boring summer.
It really was. That was our one highlight, was unicycling.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, we were just kind of sitting out, just shooting the breeze.
Yep, just drinking and fishing and unicycling.
Occasionally falling off that unicycle and hitting our head. I mean,
hey, that was a great way to end Jesters Comedy Improv, folks, with a boring summer. Bryan, Andy, get back here. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight on Facebook Live. Again, we normally do this the fourth Thursday of every month. Some Yahoo decided to schedule Thanksgiving on the fourth Thursday in Thanksgiving, so we did it the third. I just looked at December's calendar, you guys. The fourth Thursday in December is Christmas Eve, which means in December we're going to do this on the third Thursday in December once again. That's not all, though. We do little short mini-sodes every once in a while. You can catch those on both YouTube and Facebook. And we've been performing quite a bit with our friends at Reservoir Frogs as part of Improvathon. There may be one in December. Otherwise, we'll be back in January, it sounds like. Other than that, it's Give to the Max Day. Please donate what you can, donate what you want to, help out. I don't know, Andy, are you waiting to say something?
Say to give.
Give to the max, give to the minimum, give whatever you want. This is a great day to do it. This is the max day for those donations to go far.
I just need to give one last shout out for Huge Theater. I would not be with this group or doing improv at all if Huge Improv Theater did not exist. So check them out, give them cash.
Yep. If you don't think donating to the arts right now is important, just remember what you're doing at home this entire time with Netflix and Hulu and how that's not going to exist if there's no future artists. So maybe you throw a couple of bucks their way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're Jesters Comedy Improv. Brandon's been your champion tonight. Linda was your champion in the dating game. Lori and Bryan and Andy were your instant experts. I was your host, Wooly. This guy Edison helped me out quite a bit. That's not even a Jester shirt, is it, Bryan? You're just flashing us, aren't you?
Yeah, I just wanted to flash everyone.
Can I make one quick request real quick? Lori, can you throw the nurse's hat back on before we go? Nurse Lori, everyone. We're Jesters Comedy Improv. Thank you very much. Again, 9:30. Go check out Huge Theater for their Improvathon. If you want to throw Huge Theater some money, though, you can do it to individual groups. Throw the money to Subatomic Duck. One of our performers, Blake, is in there, as well as one of our super fans, Heather. So throw the money that way. Thank you again to Torg Brewery. I almost forgot. The last Sunday of the month, November 29th, is Small Brewery Day in Minnesota. And after tomorrow, there's no more dining in breweries for a while. So they do takeout, they do carry out, and if you're in the area, they do delivery. TorgBrewery.com. That's a lot of stuff, you guys. You've earned a break. Go ahead and have a good night, you guys. Have a good night for everyone who was in the chat. Rebecca and Steve, thank you guys so much on the back end. We're done. This has been a long Minnesota goodbye, so let's just say have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you the third Thursday in December. And this is where we keep waving until Rebecca or Steve tells us we're done.